You gave Zootopia a chance, so why not give Beastars one as well? Whoa, listen. Do you remember when Smiley dropped one of the worst verses of all time, but Drake cooked so hard that low-key, Smiley's hot garbage started to sound kind of good? What I'm trying to say is there may be a whole lot of ass in Beastars, but there's some heat too. Who knows, by the end of this, we might start going to them furry conventions. We see a bloodied up little lamb hauling ass. This must be what it felt like being a Spurs fan in New York. He hides in a lecture building and says, "Would you really eat your classmate?" Then this big hunk of meat bursts through the door, sending him flying. He shuts it behind him so it's completely dark, and I'm just gonna call him Lenny. Lenny starts hurling out crazy carnivore slurs. Just in case his murderer was recording him, at least he wouldn't look like a hoe on the gram. So Lenny gets slimed out, and it's all over the newspapers. This creates more tension and hatred between the herbivores and carnivores. The other lamb starts to get shook by Legoshi. He's our main character, and a wolf by the way. She says she's uncomfortable, but low-key, she might want him. And if you think that, you're an absolute creep. Ladies, hit my line if this guy's making you uncomfortable. But yo, this guy chose the worst time ever to give a love confession. The day after someone in your drama class gets bodied, you decide to follow this tiny 5'1" sheep, wait in the dark, and slow walk towards her. She even pulls out scissors. That's how scared she was. Bro just ignores it and passes her the letter. Read the goddamn room. He might be a bigger idiot than Bear from Obsession. The confession is from Lenny, so I don't know why he waited for her to be alone. Could have easily passed it in class. Anyways, she keeps it a buck and tells him she's been talking mad shit about him, but he's a wolf, so that doesn't faze him. The only other character who I'll give the respect of using his real name is Louis. He's the most glazed one in the show. Even Legoshi starts glazing him.
His gestures, his voice, and his gaze.
I can sense something is there, but I can't prove it. It's like Dean and AB. Something is clearly going on behind the scenes. This bunny is a certified bop. She's done irreparable damage to the bunny community. Judy Hopps can feel her sins till this day. Lenny was a major character in their school play, so they had to replace him with a goat. Despite being a herbivore deer, Louis is aggressive as fuck. It's like them really short guys in high school who acted violent because they were insecure of being short. This guy was the runner-up for Lenny's position, so he's pissed the goat got it instead of him. Louis tells him he's off the acting crew and is now in the art department because he majorly messed up in 2 plays before. He doesn't take this lightly and tries swinging on him, but Legoshi eats that hit no problem. This turns Louis on, interests him. Tells Legoshi to be the lookout while him and the goat practice. It's important to note, despite being a wolf, Legoshi is timid. He's a pussy essentially. He doesn't use the fact that he's a wolf to his advantage. He's like this guy I know IRL, who's 6'8" but doesn't play any sports. You're really big as hell for no reason. While on guard, Legoshi gets a whiff of the bunny and it triggers his predator instincts. This guy jumps 20 feet in the air and pounces on her. Legoshi starts quoting Shakespeare inside her ears.
How satisfying will it feel in my mouth?
His inner demon starts speaking to him, and I can't take it seriously. All them alpha wolf memes have done horrible damage to Wolves PR, and you'd think because he's our MC, he pulls away last second, but no bro, he was really about to devour her till someone interrupted. He even looks sad. Louis injured himself, saving the goat from falling off stage. This is the type of imagery you'd see in the no nut threads on Reddit. In this world, eating meat is a big no-no, and all students have to eat in the cafeteria. Legoshi's still torn up about what he was gonna do last night. We see 2 guys fighting, and one of them bites the other. Seeing this triggers him again. I thought he was gonna jump in, but instead he shouts. Regretting it straight away, he starts to think how he can lose this fight but make it look believable. I absolutely hate the holding back gimmick. Louis comes in and they all feel the aura. We get some world building and are told about the Beastar, basically the school's MVP. Legoshi and this guy get sent out by the drama club to grab some flowers, but Legoshi realizes the bunny he almost murked is the one in charge of the flower club. The other guy leaves because he doesn't want to contract any diseases from the bunny, leaving the 2 alone. I guess because it was dark, she doesn't recognize him. But the fact she's walking around willy-nilly the next day tells me she is getting passed around like it's just another Tuesday for her. She's yapping, but he's getting distracted again. I don't know if he thinks he's like Yagami, but he asks about the injury he caused. She brushes it off and says she doesn't remember, and tells him as a reward for helping, she'll buy him a snack. I was about to make a crude joke here, but tell me why. She undresses and says be gentle. Legoshi didn't even say anything. She's just that easy. We cut to these three guys talking, and turns out they've all hit. The whole school has. Even you, yes you, have probably hit. All bro did was move some flower pots for her. She's the real predator. Legoshi has seen a couple Dr. Umar vids and got the hell out of there. The anteater warns him, says she's for the streets, but unfortunately he has the I can fix her mentality. Louis has internalized powerlessness. Being a herbivore by nature, he is a victim to carnivores. But instead of accepting this fundamental inferiority, he does everything he can to go against it. But despite his Mamba mentality, nothing he can do will ever overcome this gap. So seeing Legoshi try so hard to act against his inherent nature pisses him off. Anyways, Louis completes his performance but collapses straight after and is hospitalized. His injury from that night is more severe. He had a broken leg the entire time. Obviously now he's unable to perform for the second day after play. He chooses the tiger to replace him. Originally he was playing a villain, so now they've put Legoshi in to replace him. The two choreograph their fight scene, but the tiger's trying a bit too hard. He even tried rage baiting Legoshi too. Despite not being an action focused anime, the moments they do show it were always really good. There's a fight he has in season 2 specifically that's especially tough. The tiger vents that he's glad the carnivores are finally getting some of the spotlight. They've kind of done bro dirty. They haven't told the audience that he's being replaced this time. Imagine paying to go to a S Curry meetup and it's Seth Curry instead. 10 minutes before their performance, Legoshi smells something on the tiger. Turns out he's bought some rabbit blood of some senior to help take the edge off. Basically, it's like a performance enhancer for carnivores. This triggers Legoshi because it's our girl who he's taking blood from. We cut to a play and he's kind of ass. Legoshi is still angry though and goes completely off script. He pulls up in a random scene and punches the shit out of him. He tells him to chill, but he gets tackled and Legoshi starts whooping on him. Even his mask is off. But respect to the tiger, all he cares about is the performance. He manages to get up and bear hugs him, slashing him across his back, telling Legoshi to drop to the floor because his girl is watching in the crowd. Just when he's about to land the final hit, the aura monster enters the stage and thinks, how can I make this about me? He successfully flips their mess up and the fangirls are gobbling it all up. Next day, Legoshi has gone triple platinum all over the school papers. Louis was about to suspend them both, but they get caught off guard by a crowd and a reporter. So they go along with the performance and pretend it was all according to plan. And you guys wouldn't fucking believe it. The bunny is smashing Louis as well.
You trying to call her? He throwing it in her mouth.
He throwing it in her jalooper.
And guess what? She's liking it.
Every single 6 inches of it.
Oh my days. I bet this idiot Legoshi is still in love with her. We see on the news a gazelle got killed by a wolf, creating more tension and resentment at school. Legoshi sees a female wolf getting bullied, so he steps in. They talk a bit and she mentions she's in the acting club as well. Instead of going for her, I bet Legoshi's weird ass will stick to the little bunny instead. The group goes out to run some errands to prep for a festival coming up. Legoshi makes a mistake of asking a crackhead for directions and he sticks his dirty fingers in his mouth, literally trying to sell it to him. They're so lost, they've ended up at the black market. The tiger is so geeked, he actually wants to buy his finger to bite off. Legoshi pimp slaps him, telling him to lock in. The rest of them want to buy something, but he's not rocking with it at all and runs off. For some reason, he runs towards all the meat, almost giving in. I just want it to be known, past the age of 10, it's not acceptable for a grown man to be scarfing down glizzies as a snack. My goat Panda finds him passed out in an alleyway. Next thing he knows, he's chained up in some dingy room. Legoshi freaks out, but it's his turn to get pimp slapped. Panda is the god of the black market. He starts grilling Legoshi, and like me, is disgusting disgusted with his relationship with that bunny. He gives Legoshi some advice, passes him some lewd magazine, and calls it a day. After pounding the bunny, Louis steps out and runs into Legoshi, who asks him where the bunny girl is because he wants to say hi. You know, this is someone's exact life right now. Knowingly or unknowingly, someone's going through this exact situation. You guys stay safe though. Louis assumes Legoshi is banging her too, since she's like the tutorial boss. Everyone's beating her. He recommends that he shows love to the new wolf girl who's joined the club. Even though she practically throws herself at him, he's got a negative game. He bricks an open, unguarded dunk. If you don't want it, pass the goddamn ball. To make matters worse, his roommate found the rabbit magazine Panda gave him, but somehow he flips it, but we know he's still a freak. Our resident dumbass finally figures out the two have been banging. Even though the whole world is hit, he's extra pissed off because it's Starboy. But the next moment he's on the ground, straight stroking his shit. After realizing his ball's been passed around everywhere but to him, he locks in and applies pressure, walking back with her. He tells her real talk, please stop being a boss. She reasons it with because she's so fragile and could get eaten at any time, it's different. Because he's not weak, he wouldn't get it. That pisses him off, but the situation almost flips and people nearby think he's being aggressive. Instead of diffusing the situation, the bunny grabs him and they run. The two escape, and for some reason, Legoshi wants to tell her that he almost ate her that one night. Before he does, she drops it that she almost got eaten, but couldn't see who it was. Then friend zones him. He feels too awkward, so decides to not tell her. We see the tiger scratches Lewis's hand, and Legoshi's hating ass is lapping it all up. The female wolf bursts in, interrupting their stare down, but Louis is infantilized by the yams he's seeing, and so he pursues her after class. But plot twist, she pins him down and says stay away from her man. Her gaydar is going crazy right now. Juno starts moving towards Legoshi now, in front of everyone, but her game gets interrupted by a blackout. Legoshi leaves the group to find his bot for some reason. He finds her and like a knife being twisted deep in your back. When she hugs him, she calls out Louis' name. And this bozo still cares for her. Juno sees the two together and can't believe it either. I wouldn't mind if Juno boomed the bunny off the map. Louis' law has dropped. His earliest memory, he was living in captivity as a livestock for the black market. He wasn't given a name, just branded with the number 4. Then years later, he gets purchased by this older deer. And in some fucked up test, immediately after buying him, he puts him in a room full of hungry carnivores and arms him with a knife. And this kid at the time, mind you, is about to slice his own neck because he'd rather die than be killed by one of them. Louis really came out of the mud. This cat tries to end Louis, but Legoshi snatches him just before he does, putting him in a rear naked choke and making him his girlfriend at this point. He questions him and gets told every carnivore is trying to kill Louis now because it's almost guaranteed he's gonna be the next Beastar, and if he becomes it, then it'll weaken the power carnivores have. Legoshi reflects and realizes Louis is just the goat and finally lets go of his love for that bop. Whilst lost in thought, the cat sneaks him and runs away. Never mind, I got it wrong. He straight up tells the bop he wants her and she is not fucking with him at all. Zero choosing signals. But forget all this love talk. A group comes in and kidnaps the bop in broad daylight. Some students, who canonically at least 2 of them have confirmed smashed, report the incident and show her left shoe was left behind and a calling card belonging to a notorious gang. The mayor says he'll look into it but covers it up because he doesn't want this ruining his events. Turns out the blackout from before was orchestrated by this same gang. They were looking for some free eats for their boss. She tries running but doesn't get far. Now it gets weird. She's about to get violated but the boss comes in, seemingly saving her. But he's even worse. I'm not gonna hold you, I skipped this crap. If you wanted to see more,
stop it. Get some help.
The mayor tells Louis about the situation, telling him if he's gonna be the next Beastar, then he needs to be able to handle problems like this and keep it hush-hush. The mayor doesn't want this to get out because it would ruin the PR of Lions. He tells Louis if he can successfully keep quiet about this and get through the festival without a hitch, then his black market record would get erased, so no one would know his past. Legoshi overhears the students talking about the bunny being snatched and runs to Louis, telling him about it, but he shrugs it off. Legoshi can't believe it. Louis tells him to piss off and punches him, telling him these things happen and they have to think of the bigger picture. But inside he's hurting, trying to believe the words he's saying. But this was the last straw for Legoshi, and he hits him with a mean right. Immediately regretting it, he goes to check on him, but Louis kicks him in the balls and starts whooping on him. Not gonna lie, the damage says otherwise, but I don't care. Legoshi tells him yeah, he can live that way to make it to the top, but he's gonna save that Bop Bunny and get some top. So who's really gonna win? Legoshi follows her scent, leading him to the black market, asking around about the gang, but everyone is shook just from their name. He bumps into the wrong guys, pretending to help him, but they rob him and are about to gut him. That's when my second goat appears, Panda, firing a bamboo crossbow, scaring the pussies away. He asks the Panda and he tells him the gang he's trying to find are brutal. There's like 35 big lions. He's doing nothing to them. It's a death wish. You can't save her. He was speaking literally and metaphorically, but our guy isn't listening. He finds the hideout and immediately gets found with a gun pressed against him. He smells the Bop scent on the lion, but that could be a coincidence knowing her. The lion mocks him, but Legoshi gets that pseudo power up inside of him and charges him. How ass do you have to be to let him close the distance and grab you while you have a gun pointed at him? Mind you, he wasn't distracted at all. A shot goes off and grazes the lion's head. I don't know how bro's alive. He must have that Rexplode durability. Legoshi starts going sicko mode on him and says the bunny is his game. He catches himself and it's like, yo, what did I mean by that? But the lion takes advantage and starts pistol whipping the shit out of him. Before he's about to shoot him, the Panda comes in and gets him in the back. He tells Legoshi to lock in and bite them in the neck if he wants any chance of winning. Backup arrives and Panda starts beating ass, clearing the way through for him. Legoshi bursts into the hideout and slowly clears the way up, looking like Sifu. The Panda starts getting effed up. Getting punched in the nose hurts like a bitch. Legoshi eats a punch for him and headbutts the dog shit out of the other dude, blood gushing and all. Whenever he catches her scent, he gets some crazy power amp. We get the lore on the Bop. Let's see if her backstory redeems her. No, it doesn't. She came from a loving, modest family, with a dad, mind you, and chose to become the community's ball. And to top it all off, when reflecting on her life, she thinks about Louis. Please, Legoshi, let this one go, bro. The lion gang leader is a freak, man. He puts her in a nasty position because he says shame makes the meat taste better. But she kicks his cane away and says this is another Tuesday for me. Shame is nothing to me. He's had enough and is about to end her. That's when Legoshi breaks through a window, entering in. He always zones out in the wrong moments, forgetting the lion's there and gets grabbed. He wakes up and dodges a chomp, blocking a punch, but he's at a hella size disadvantage and gets sent to the window. He goes in with his own punch, but the boss bites his forearm, pushing him into the ground. They struggle for a bit, then Legoshi snaps his jaw with a nasty knee. They both separate and Legoshi finally lets go of this gentle facade he's got going on and gives in to his true nature, charging at him and gets domed. But eventually he pounces on him and rips a chunk off his trap off with his teeth. The way his mouth looks like right now reminds me of Ludwig from Bloodborne. The two embrace and walk out of there. But we all forgot Legoshi has got a Batman no-kill rule and purposely left out his vital point, keeping the Mafia boss alive. He immediately gets up and aims his tool at Legoshi's head to end him. But just before his demise, our goat comes in, shooting the boss in his hand, and he shoves his gun down his throat, telling him to beg for his life, finally ending him. This kickstarts the beginning of Mafia Don Louis, and that's the end. For me personally, bro, I'd say season 2 is significantly better because you see Louis integrate himself as the new gang leader and they go more into the sheep's murder. All I remember is the fight between Legoshi and him was fire as hell. If this video does well, I'd be more than down to cover the next season. Thanks for making it to the end and drop a sub if you enjoyed.